about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, do not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instruction on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success Krishna Prema. Now, once again, I thank everyone for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call today. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Susmita Mataji, Dandrat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Priti Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Priti Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your association. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Rudranath from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvindaks Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, this is Balavinda.
Hare Krishna, Balbrinda, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for attending the call. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Susmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Lila Devi Dasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Lila Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Srishmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devi Dasi from Canada, Edmonton.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for all your services, and thank you so much for joining the call. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shushmita Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for all your services, and thank you so much for attending the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shushmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Pihari Devidasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev, and welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, is there anyone else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, Savior of the whole world, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. This is Akshar Das from Waterloo, Canada.
Hare Krishna, Akshadas Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the beautiful chanting, and welcome to the call, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shushmita Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vatna from Atlanta, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vardhana Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call, and welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shushmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. This is Shivani from West Virginia. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and thank you so much for attending the call, and welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, is there anyone else who would like to introduce?
We'll start the recording, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji, sure. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Rudranath Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 8th chapter and verse number 17. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for giving your association and valuable time to us this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Before I hand over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to hand over the call to Aditi Mataji for the brief introduction of Prabhuji. Mataji, now I will hand over the call to you. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna Mataji. Dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. I'm very fortunate to introduce this morning His Grace Rudranath Prabhuji, and this is a brief introduction. His Grace Rudranath Prabhuji is a B.Tech gold medalist, M.Tech, IIT Kharagpur, worked in software companies like IBM, Patni Computers. Deeply inspired by Srila Prabhupada and his followers, he decided to dedicate his life to serve the society through ISKCON. He joined ISKCON Chowpatty Temple in 2009. Since then, he's sharing Gita wisdom to youth, families, corporates in Mumbai. This is a short introduction for Prabhuji. Then pranam to His Grace Rudranath Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for reading the beautiful introduction of Prabhuji. I cannot see Prabhuji on the call now, so we can do chanting until Prabhu joins. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shakti Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Prabhuji join Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. And today's verse is Prabhu 7th canto, 8th chapter and verse number 17. Now I will hand over the call to you, Prabhu. Please, whenever ready, please take over the call. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I'm very much grateful for getting an opportunity to serve all of you who are consistently hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from different devotees all over the world, and so beautifully inspiring everyone all over the world to come together and hear Krishna Katha, hear the glories of the Lord. So getting an opportunity here, I am feeling very much grateful. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Mano Abhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Nurupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padkamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरद्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिते वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8, Text 17. Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam. Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam. Vyaptim cha bhuteshva khileshu chatmanaha. Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmanaha. अदृश्यतात्य अद्भुत रूपम उद्वहन् अदृश्यतात्यद्भुत रूपमुद्वहन् स्तंभे सभायां न मृगं न मानुषम् स्तंभे सभायां न मृगं न मानुषम् सत्यं विधातुं निजभृत्य भाषितम् व्याप्तिं च भूतेषु अखिलेषु चात्मनः अदृश्यत्यात्यद्भुतरूपमुद्वहन् स्तंभे सभायां न मृगं न मानुषम् Synonyms: Satyam, true; Vidhatum, to prove; Nijbhritya Bhashitam, the words of his own servant, Prahlada Maharaj, who had said that his Lord is present everywhere. Vyaptim, the pervasive; Cha, and; Bhuteshwa, Bhuteshu, among the living entities and elements; Akhileshu, all; Cha, also; Atmanaha, of himself; Adrishyata, was seen; Ati, very; Adbhut, wonderful; Rupam, form; Udvahan, taking; Stambhe, in the pillar; Sabhayam, within the assembly; Na, not; Mrigam, an animal; Na, nor; Manusham, a human being. Translation: to prove that that the statement of his servant Prahlada Maharaj was substantial. In other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus, the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. Purport. When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlada Maharaj, "Where is your Lord? Is he present in this pillar?" Prahlada Maharaj fearlessly replied, "Yes, my Lord is present everywhere." Therefore, to convince Hiranyakashipu that the statement of Prahlada Maharaj was unmistakably true, the Lord appeared from the pillar. The Lord appeared as half lion and half man, so that Hiranyakashipu could not understand whether the great giant was a lion or a human being. To substantiate Prahlad's statement, the Lord proved that his devotee, as declared in Bhagavad Gita, is never vanquished. Kauntya pratijanehi name bhaktah pranashyati. Prahlad Maharaj's demoniac father had repeatedly threatened to kill Prahlad, but Prahlad was confident that he could not be killed, since he was protected by the Supreme Lord. By appearing from the pillar, the Lord encouraged his devotee, saying in effect, "Don't worry, I am present here." By manifesting his form as Narasimhadev, the Lord also preserved the truth of Lord Brahma's promise that Hiranyakashipu was not to be killed by any animal or any man. The Lord appeared in the form that could not be said to be fully a man or a lion. Mukam karoti vācālam pangum langhayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Paramananda Madhavam. Hare Krishna. So we are discussing today one of the most famous sloka of 7th canto. Whenever Narasimha Chaturdasi appears or happens, Lord Narasimhadev pastime is discussed. Generally, everywhere this sloka is also discussed, that how Lord appeared in this beautiful form to fulfill the words of his devotee. So we will be discussing shortly on this beautiful topic today. And in this presentation, which I am going to present in front of you, of what truth Lord establishes. So it's an acronym, TRUTH, as Lord has come here to establish the truth, Satyam. So what all he makes true. So before entering into this acronym, let us delve into this particular beautiful canto, 7th canto. So as always, all of us know, there are 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam. And in these 10 topics, Srimad Bhagavatam's 7th canto specifically deals with Uti. Uti. And what is this Uti? Uti is inclination. So there are two characters here. One character is Prahlada Maharaj, and the other character is Hiranyakashipu. Prahlada Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu. And the 7th canto is going to establish Uti or inclination. So just let us see the name itself. Prahlad. What is the meaning of the name Prahlad? Prakrishta Rupena Ahlad. Ahlad means happy. Prakrishta Rupena means Prakrishta is like intensification. Wow, amazingly, in a very intense way, overly joyful, overly happy, intensely happy. Prakrishta Rupena Ahlad. So that is what Prahlad Maharaj is. Happy in all situations. And another is Hiranyakashipu. Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu means soft bed or luxury, different kind of comfort. So these two contrast. One side is all happiness, which Prahlad Maharaj is presenting. Prakrisht Rupena Ahlad, joyful in all situations. And another side is wealth and luxury and everything. In our current scenario in this world, it is a very interesting dynamics, because we would say, or we would think, oh my God, the place where gold or comfort is there, that place should be the place of happiness. That place is a place where the person should be happy. Prakrisht Rupena Ahlad. Whereas, what is the situation of Hiranyakashipu? Though he has enormous wealth, though he has enormous luxury, control, proprietorship, power, authority, in spite of all this, he is in anxiety. Though he has all what a person wants in this world, but the result is anxiety. On the contrary, Prahlad Maharaj is not having wealth like Hiranyakashipu. He is not having wealth like or comfort like Hiranyakashipu. But he is Prakrisht Rupin Ahlad. He is happy, he is joyful. This is what 7th canto is establishing through the fact of inclination, uti. What are we inclined to will determine whether we will be happy or we will be miserable. This is the simple dynamics. What we are inclined to will determine, are we happy or are we miserable or in anxiety. So Prahlad Maharaj, what is he inclined to? All of us have already come to this particular verse. Already we have seen he is inclined to devotional service. He is inclined to serving the Lord. He is inclined to remembering the Lord. He is inclined to the process of devotional service. And the result is Prakrisht Rupena Ahlad. On the contrary, Hiranyakashipu is inclined to comfort, luxury, power, and position. And what is the result? Misery, miserable. So this is what a beautiful concept which Srimad Bhagavatam establishes through the 7th canto is, what is our goal? If our goal is Ahlad, then we will have to follow the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj. If we really want to be joyful in our lives, then the process or the methodology is to follow the footsteps of one who is always joyful. The principles which are laid by him. And what are the principles which are laid by him? Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam, ninefold devotional service. Bhagavat Marg, which he teaches to his students also. Whereas the material world, everyone, though they want happiness, everyone is searching for happiness. Everyone is behind happiness. Everyone wants happiness. But what is the situation? They think that if they will follow the footsteps of Hiranyakashipu, if they will have comfort, if they will have luxury, if they will have opulence like Hiranyakashipu, they will get ahlad. So they want what Prahlada Maharaj is signifying, but they want that through the method of Hiranyakashipu they will get it. So this canto is very important. Seventh canto clearly, beautifully presents to all of us, if we want to have this goal, then the path is different. And if we are following this path, then we will get another goal, another result. We cannot have this path and get this result. We cannot we cannot follow the path of Hiranyakashipu, or the concept, or the conviction, or the idea, or the process, or the mentality, or the attitude of Hiranyakashipu and get the goal of Prahlada Maharaj. It is not possible. If we want what Prahlada Maharaj is having, then we'll have to follow his path. And his path is path of devotional service, path of bhakti, path of Bhagavat Marg. We are right now blessed to understand the concept of Bhagavat Marg because of the parampara, because of Srila Prabhupada and his followers. We are discussing this, the most auspicious of all path, that path which can make a person truly ahlad, truly happy. Otherwise, the entire world is convinced that by following, by having the concept of Hiranya and Kashipu, they will be happy. They are blindly moving on that path without knowing that what Hiranyakashipu got at the end. What Hiranyakashipu got at the end? He got at the end only one thing, and that is death, miserable end. Of course, he got by the Lord's touch, so that was an auspicious thing, and his son was devotee of the Lord, so that was an auspicious blessings. However, if we follow the path laid out by Hiranyakashipu, if we will follow the concept of Hiranyakashipu, that through this philosophy I will be happy, then the result will be what Hiranyakashipu got throughout. What he got throughout was anxiety. One person was not following him. The devatas were fearful of him. Everyone was following his orders. One person was not following and he was miserable. That's what will happen if we will follow the path of Hiranyakashipu, that through luxury, through wealth, through opulence, I will be happy. There will be one situation in the life which will keep us in anxiety in this path. Even though there may be all favorable situations, all favorable environment, there will be one thing, just like sometime when we eat something and then that particular grain or something just get stuck somewhere in our mouth, and the tongue again and again goes there only. Even though the food may be so very tasty, we ate it to our heart's content, but still the tongue, and after eating the food, the tongue still is constantly again and again touching the same point. That is what is the path of Hiranyakashipu. Even though everything outside will be favorable, wealthy situation, luxurious situation, but there will be one situation and which will keep us in anxiety. That is what Prahlada Maharaj is showing. And that is what this canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, is trying to signify, that what we will get if we will follow Hiranyakashipu's path, and what we will get: anxiety throughout the path, and at the end, failure. We couldn't get ahlad, happiness. On the contrary, if we will follow the path of Prahlada Maharaj, specifically the inclination of Hiranyakashipu and the inclination of Prahlada Maharaj. If we will follow the inclination of Prahlada Maharaj, we will be joyful in throughout the process. And at the end also, it will be an auspicious beginning to another chapter of our life. So this is what this particular beautiful chapter or beautiful canto is teaching. One of the most important theme or topics of Srimad Bhagavatam, that is Uti. Uti means inclination. And this is one very important lesson or one important principle of our class. What our inclination is will decide what we will get, what we will get in our heart. If our inclination is in the direction of Prahlada Maharaj, we will get happiness because we are in touch with the Lord. And if we are having the inclination of Hiranyakashipu, then we will be in constant anxiety, like Hiranyakashipu throughout, because he was always in touch with material energy, considering material energy will give him happiness, and that led him throughout constant anxiety. So here Uti is indicating one side Prahlad Maharaj signifies that choice is ours. Are we desiring touch of Krishna? Are we desiring inclination to please Krishna? Or are we in constant touch with material energy, thinking that material manipulation, material comfort, material luxury, and all these things will make me happy? If we are considering this path, there is one thing throughout we will get, and that is anxiety. And this path, which Prahlad Maharaj shows, if we will keep in touch with Krishna, the result will be happiness throughout the path. There will be happiness which Prahlad Maharaj is presenting throughout through his own presence, and also because he is following the philosophy of Bhagavat Marg, because he is following the philosophy of devotional service to Krishna, he is signifying that this path is path of Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam, the path of devotion. So this is the first concept which we saw today, the concept of Uti, inclination. What we are inclined to, that we will get. That's the first point of our discussion. Now coming to today's shloka and purport. Beautiful shloka, that how Lord comes to establish truth. So the Lord comes to establish truth. So we will discuss here 5 concepts which Lord comes to establish the truth. The first is T, the word or the alphabet T, which indicates T is Tattva. Lord comes here to establish the Tattva. What is the Tattva? Tattva is how Param Satya, absolute truth, is present everywhere. Aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartate iti mattva bhajante ma budha bhava samandita. Lord is present everywhere, and that's what he established here when Prahlad Maharaj told, my Lord is everywhere. So Lord is establishing the truth that he is present everywhere. Everywhere and anywhere, Lord is present. So the first aspect of this tattva is Lord through his energies is present everywhere. This is what he's established. Everything is his energy, either his material energy or spiritual energy or tatastha sakti, but everything is his energy. Just like a government, everywhere government is present through his energies. When we move on the path, their government is present in form of the law that we have to follow the rule of the street, how we walk on the path. If we won't follow, then we will be liable to certain kind of fine, or we may be given some other kind of punishment. So the Lord, just like the government is present everywhere through different laws, through different his ministry departments and everything, similarly the Lord is present everywhere through his energies. So there are three tattvas. When we say that the Lord comes to establish the tattva, and in this tattva, the Param Satya is the Supreme Lord, absolute truth. And how this absolute truth, Param Satya, he is present everywhere. Nothing, nowhere he is absent. And the beauty of his presence is he is present and cognizant in all situations. It is not that he is present but he is not aware of what is happening. He is present, at the same time he is cognizant of everything. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Everything in this material energy is happening under his supervision. It is not that something has happened and Lord didn't come to know. Everything is happening under his supervision. And that's why we say, not a blade of grass moves without his sanction. Everything, whatever is happening is in fully awareness of the Lord. Hare Krishna. So this is the first aspect of tattva we are discussing, and that is number one, how Lord is present everywhere, and Lord is the creator, maintainer, and annihilator of everything of this world. And not just that, in fact, Lord is maintaining everyone. Bhoktaram yagya tapasam sarvaloka maheswaram suhridam sarva bhutanam yatva mam santi vichati. So why Prahlada Maharaj is always happy and peaceful? Because he knows this tattva very well. My Lord is present everywhere. He is Bhoktaram. He is the enjoyer. He is the enjoyer. And he is all the lokas and everything. He is the Maheshwar. Suhridam. And not just he is the control, he is the enjoyer of everything. He is the controller, proprietor of everything. He is the one for whom all the fruits of yagya should be offered. Not just that, he is Suhridam. He is the best friend of everyone. Suhridam, the best friend of everyone. Sarva Bhutana. Yatva mam santim richati. One who knows this will be always in peace. That's why this shloka is called peace formula. And this is the tattva which Prahlad Maharaj is very much aware of. He is very much aware of. That's why in all situations he is very much fully cognizant that my Lord, whom I am worshipping, he is Suhridam, and everything is in his control. He is the enjoyer, he is the proprietor, he is the controller, and that's why he is peaceful. Whatever Lord decides, perfectly fine. I am perfectly fine with the Lord. Whatever, if he wants to kill me, kill me. If he wants to protect me, protect me. So this is the tattva. Lord comes here to establish the truth. And what is the truth? The truth of reality, the truth of Satya, the truth of what Satya? The tattva, certain elements. And what are the certain elements? Certain elements are everything is dependent on Lord. Lord is maintaining everyone. Lord is the creator of everything. Lord is maintaining everything. And Lord is the enjoyer of everything. And anyone who understands this, he understands Lord is my best friend. He can be peaceful in all situations. And that's what Prahlada Maharaj was, peaceful in all situations, in all aspects of his life. So this is Tattva. Jagat, there are three Tattvas: Jagat, Jeev, and Ishwar. So this Jagat, this world, is his energy. And then Jiva, all of us, we are also his part and parcel, Tatastha Sakti. And Ishwar, that is the Lord, is controller of all. So this is the Tattva. Lord, while he appeared in front of everyone, established the fact that he is present everywhere. He is the controller of everything. And at the same time, he also established that how Prahlada Maharaj till now, whatever he had spoken to Hiranyakashipu, not just this statement, but apart from this, all other statements is being proved by Lord Narasimhadev's appearance, that how whatever he was telling was the tattva, was the truth, which Lord is right now signifying, or he is fully establishing all those things which Prahlada Maharaj had earlier told. So this is the first aspect. Lord comes to establish tattva, the first truth, the tattva, all the elements of truth. Number one. The second, the Lord comes to establish the truth from the alphabet R, comes to re-establish dharma. Re-establish dharma. From alphabet R, re-establishing dharma. So, just like in this world, all of us know that there is a law of constitution. If a person follows the constitution of whichever country they are living, they don't have any difficulty, because they know I am following the constitution. So I won't be troubled by the government, or I won't be in any anxiety. So Lord again and again comes here in this world to establish this fact that the dharmic principles are the way of happiness. If we want to live a happy life for living entity in this world, then the principles are dharmic principles. The dharma, the principles of Vedic scriptures, if we follow it, then we will be able to live happily. So that's what Lord comes here. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyam paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. The Lord comes here to establish the truth. And what is that truth? He reestablishes the dharma. He reestablishes that these are the foundational principles. If we will live by it, these are our path of happiness. The rules of the Vedic scriptures are the boundaries where we can be happy. If we will not live by the rules of the scriptures, then we are going away from the boundary of happiness towards the boundary of misery and anxiety. So that's what Lord comes here to establish by killing Hiranyakashipu, by appearing in front of everyone and showing the entire world that even a person, however he may be powerful, if that person is not following the dharmic principles, if he is continuing with adharma as his premises, then the result will be misery. The result will be an end to it sooner or later. So the Lord comes here in this sloka. We saw paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskritam dharma sansthapanarthaya. Dharma sansthapanat, to reestablish dharmic principle. And then again, R is reciprocation towards his devotee. To reciprocate the love of his devotee. To re-establish dharma, Lord re-establishes dharma through other means also, by sending saints, great exalted personalities. But Lord comes here to establish the truth that how he loves his devotees, how he wants to reciprocate to the love of his devotee. He wants to annihilate the miscreants. At the same time, he wants to reciprocate. Vinasaya cha duskritam. He destroys all the inauspicious elements who create trouble in devotees' life. But at the same time, the most important principle, Lord comes to reciprocate with the love of his devotee. And that's what we can see. Lord here, he came to reciprocate with love of Prahlada Maharaj. By exchanging love with his devotee, he establishes the topmost premises of dharma. And what is the topmost premises of the dharma? Love between Lord and his devotee. Such climax of Bhagavad dharma and dharma can be experienced, can be seen when we see Lord and his dear devotees exchanging love. And that's what we see in Prahlada Maharaj's conversation with Nrsimhadev. How Lord was asking Prahlada Maharaj, ask, I want to give you something. And what did Prahlada Maharaj say? I didn't worship you for asking some boon from you. It's like a mercantile. It's like a businessman who comes to Lord or to ask something. I came to you to just a devotee coming to the Lord in that way. So this is what the sweetness of devotees' love towards Lord. And that is what Lord wants to establish, the greatest truth. This is what he is showing here. What he has come in front of us or in front of the entire world by breaking the pillar is not just a personality who is half lion, half man. In that form, it is just that appearance. But more than that, what mood he is carrying? The mood is he wants to reciprocate with the love of his devotee. And that is what is the sweetness of path of bhakti. This can only be relished by bhaktas or those who are in the path of devotion. They will be able to appreciate the inner mood of the Lord because they know the heart of the Lord. So that's what here we saw, that Lord appeared for re-establishing dharma and to reciprocate with his devotee. We can discuss for hours on reciprocation with his devotee, but I want to complete this 5 aspect TRUTH. So I am just doing it in a very, very, very shortly. But yes, Lord is establishing the truth. And what he is establishing? Yes, the tattva of this entire world, that how Lord is present everywhere, the reality of how he is the creator, maintainer, annihilator of everything, how the Lord is on whom everything is dependent on, he is the controller of everything. This he establishes, and then another truth he establishes is re-establishing dharma. Whenever dharma will get declined, Lord will again re-establish it. And again, Lord is establishing the truth of his reciprocating nature with his devotee. How is very, very reciprocative. Okay, then the third alphabet is U, TRU. So U is Lord upholds the words of his devotee. Lord is Specifically in this verse, in the translation and in the purport, Lord is appearing here to uphold the word of his devotee, Prahlada Maharaj. Prahlada Maharaj told that here is my Lord. Yes, my Lord is everywhere, and yes, he is in the pillar also. To fulfill the word which has come from Prahlada Maharaj's mouth, Lord appeared from the pillar. So, very, very important principle. Lord upholds the words of his devotee. And so much so, so much so that this is one of the fundamental nature of the Lord. That Lord, to fulfill his devotee's word, he can compromise his own words also. As we see in different pastimes, you must have heard the beautiful pastime of Bhisma Pitama. In order to fulfill the Bhisma Pitama's word, Lord beautifully compromises his own words. Of course, that's Lord's Leela. He can fulfill the truth of both words. But here, how he signifies and gives importance to the words of his devotee. So here, this beautiful shloka, which we are discussing today, is, of course, Prahlad Maharaj's words he fulfilled. But when Lord does something, he is not like us. When we will do something, we may, fulfill one or two persons or three persons words at one time. But here, Lord is fulfilling so many personalities' words at same time. First, Prahlad Maharaj's word. Prahlad Maharaj had told, yes, Lord is in the pillar, and Lord fulfilled the word of his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. Lord also fulfilled the words of his another devotee here. And who was he? Who was he? Narada Muni. Narada Muni had said to Hiranyakashipu, what Narada Muni had told in 7th canto, 7th chapter, 10th sloka, Narada Muni had said, you will not be able to kill this child. And that was the moment. That was the moment Hiranyakashipu had taken out the sword and he was going to kill. He was going to kill Prahlad Maharaj. But already this was the word of Narada Muni. Narada Muni had already given the word in 7th chapter that Hiranyakashipu won't be able to kill this child. So by this, Lord also fulfilled the word of his another devotee, Narada Muni. The third personality, the third devotee whose words Lord upholded. Who was he? Brahmaji. When Hiranyakashipu asked that I should not be killed by an animal, I should not be killed by a human, and this was Hiranyakashipu's prayer. So this form was neither an animal nor a human, and he prayed that he should not die inside, outside, and he should not die by any being created by Brahma. And while killing, Lord didn't kill even Hiranyakashipu either situated within the assembly nor outside the yard. He killed him at the door. So Lord fulfilled all the words which Brahmaji had agreed by saying Tathastu. Brahmaji had said, okay, so be it, let it be, so be it. And Lord fulfilled all the words of Brahmaji to be true. Considered all the aspect and he fulfilled the words. So this is the third personality. Prahlad Maharaj, Narada Muni, Brahmaji, and the fourth personality whose words Lord fulfilled. And who was he? Who was none other than Hiranyakashipu himself. Hiranyakashipu had said, perhaps I will die because of my hatred of Prahlad. This is in 7th canto, 5th chapter. 47th sloka. So Hiranyakashipu himself had uttered, perhaps I will die because of my hatred towards Prahlad. And Lord fulfilled the word of his devotee, Hiranyakashipu also. So this is what is one of the beautiful features of the Lord. For the Lord gives more priority to the devotees' words, to his wonderful devotees' promises than his own promise. And that is what the beautiful sloka, which in the purports Srila Prabhupada quotes, the beautiful sloka where Lord says, Kaunteya pati janehi name bhakta pranasati. O Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, take drums, take kettle drum, take different kind of mridanga, take different things and go around everywhere and tell, my devotee never perishes. This is a beautiful, beautiful sloka of Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 31st sloka, where Lord Krishna is saying Arjuna to declare. He himself is not declaring. Why? Because he may, of course, when Lord says something, it gets fulfilled. But there is a possibility that he may break his own promise. But if his devotee has promised, Lord will ensure that his devotee's promise will never, ever will get broken up. That is what Lord promises. So, Lord is telling Arjuna that his devotee never perishes. Krishna will uphold the declaration made by his devotee under all circumstances, in all situations. Whereas he can break his own promise if needed and accept if people will criticize for that. He will accept that. As we know in Mahabharata, Lord had told, I will not lift anything, not lift any weapon. But he picked the chariot wheel and rushed towards Bhishma Pitama to protect whose words? To protect Bhishma Pitama's words. To uphold Bhishma Pitama's words. Lord agreed to break his own promise. So this is what Lord upholds his devotees' words. For him, this is his abhushan. And this is how we are discussing TRU. So U is upholds the words of devotee. And in this way, he unendingly glorifies his devotee. Now forever, for years to come, for all the millennia, that devotee will be glorified by this reciprocation of the Lord. This beautiful Lord's fulfilling that devotee's words, Lord has unendingly forever, for all times to come, has made that devotee glorified. This is what is the beauty of Lord's heart. This is the beauty of the Lord's wonderful presence, which he is presenting himself as he is appearing. And as he is appearing, and at the same time, he is presenting the truth, the tattva, the reciprocation with his devotee, the reinstating or re-establishing dharma, and the upholding of words of his devotee, and unending glorification of the Lord's devotee. So we saw TRU, then comes the next T. Beautiful, beautiful. Lord comes here in this world for a very, very special reason. Of course, whatever we have discussed till now, but apart from this, Lord also comes to give one very special thing. And what is that? That is this particular T. And this is the power of the transformative power of Lord's Leela. So Lord comes here to establish the truth. What is the truth? The truth of the power, the transformative power of his Leela. That his Leela, how much potency it has. Lord has appeared. So Lord is establishing here the truth. And what is that truth? That the transformative capacity, the transformative potency of his beautiful Leelas. And that's what Lord in this pastime when Prahlad Maharaj and Narsimhadev's Adan Pradan or reciprocation happens, Lord gives the blessings. And what blessings he gives? Just see, if anyone will hear this pastime, will anyone who will hear this Leela will by default get these blessings. And what is the blessings? Yaetat kirtayan mahyam tvaya geetam idam naraha tvam chamam chasmaran kale karma bandhat pramuchyate. This is what Lord is blessing. Anyone who is hearing the pastime of Prahlad Maharaj, who is remembering Prahlad Maharaj and Narsimhadev, Lord is saying, one who always remembers your activities and my activities, that is Lord Narsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj activities, and who chants the prayer just by chanting the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, which Prahlad Maharaj offered, what will be the result? The result will be karma bandhat pramuchyate. The person will be freed from all the reactions of material activity. Just see the effect. See the truth which Lord is establishing by appearing. The truth of the transformative potency of Lord's pastime. If we will just come, we will hear the pastime of Lord's Narsimhadev's pastime with Prahlad Maharaj. We'll just hear or remember Prahlad Maharaj's activity. We'll just remember the beautiful prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. What is happening just by this simple thing? So much amount of our sinful activities will just get vanquished. This is the truth which Lord is appearing to establish, the truth of his potency, transformative potency of his pastime. Again, another beautiful sloka which Kunti Maharani says. Kunti Maharani in her prayers, she says a beautiful prayer where she says why Lord appears. Why Lord appears? We have so many topics of discussion in this world. We are talking we talk of politics, sports, entertainment, and other things. If Lord will not come here, we will have only this kind of topics. So Lord comes here and does all these beautiful leelas to give us the topics connected to Krishna. And these topics which are connected to Krishna has the potency. What kind of potency it has? Transformative potency. It can transform our hearts from Hiranyakashipu mentality to Prahlad Maharaj mentality. It can change our inclination from Hiranyakashipu's inclination to Prahlad Maharaj's inclination. And through this, we can make our life auspicious. So Lord comes here to give us the subject matter. What we will discuss if Lord will not come here, if he will not appear here, would we have any topic to discuss? And that's why Lord comes here and does beautiful leelas. And Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, Narsimhadev, Varahadev, Vamandev, and through these leelas, he gives us a beautiful subject matter to discuss, hear, and remember. And in this way, what happens? These leelas are not some material stories. These leelas are not different from the Lord. It is just like a magnet. If we are in touch with the magnet, we become magnetic. Similarly, this pastime of the Lord are so powerful. If we are in touch with it, we also become affected by its transcendental nature. We also get the similar qualities which are there in the Lord. So this pastimes has that potency to transform us, and that's what Kunti Maharani says beautifully. Both in a beautiful sloka, she says here, Bhavyasmin klishyamananam avidya kam karmabhi sravan asmaran arhani karishyan iti kechana. Kunti Maharani says that you appeared here to renovate the devotional service of hearing, sravanam, smaranam, and worshipping, so that the normal people, conditioned people who are suffering the material pangs can take advantage and get liberated. Just by doing this, we can get liberated. What we have to do? We have to hear Krishna Katha. We have to just smaran, do remembrance of this beautiful leelas. Srinavanti kayanti grinanti abhikshanashah स्मरन्ति नन्दन्ति तवेहितं जनाः त एव पश्यन्ति अचिरेण तावकम् भव प्रवाहो paramam padambujam. Kunti Maharani says this, that those who continuously hear, chant and repeat your transcendental activity, this is what Lord is coming here to establish the truth of his transformative pastimes, the power of the transformative pastimes of the Lord. If a person continuously hears, chants and repeats this Lord's activities, or take pleasure in doing so, by this, what that person will get? Certainly, they will see the lotus feet of the Lord, which can alone stop the repetition of birth and death. This is what Kunti Maharani is glorifying, the potency of Lord's pastime, potency of the Lord's Leela, which Lord is coming here and presenting the truth, presenting this beautiful story, beautiful Leela, Leela of protecting Prahlada Maharaj, Leela of fulfilling the words of Prahlada Maharaj, Narad Muni, Brahmaji, and by this, he is giving all of us an opportunity to liberate ourselves and get lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. And finally, T-R-U-T, and finally H. H is wonderful, beautiful. Through this, Lord establishes the humility of the devotee and the heart of the Lord. Through this entire Leela, we can see the humble nature of Prahlad Maharaj and the heart of the Lord, that how Lord wants to glorify his devotee. When Lord will be so angry after killing Hiranyakashipu, Lord is so angry, and when no one is able to pacify the Lord, he is called. Prahlad Maharaj is called. And when Prahlad Maharaj is called, at that time Prahlad Maharaj is not thinking that, oh, see, I have been called. In a very humble heart, he says, oh, if all these great personalities couldn't pacify you, how will I be able to pacify? This is the mood, this is the humble heart which Prahlad Maharaj is carrying. So Lord is establishing the truth here. And what the truth he is establishing? The heart of the Lord, which is to glorify the devotee, and the humility of a devotee who never thinks that he is eligible, who always thinks, I am not qualified. And this is what Lord appears here to establish the truth. Thank you very much. We discussed here T for Tattva. The first thing, the Tattva of Lord's nature, how he is the controller, proprietor, and enjoyer of everything, how everything is in his control, he is the maintainer of everything. Then we saw R, he comes here to establish the truth of how he reestablishes dharma and how he reciprocates with his devotee. He comes here to establish the truth of how he upholds the words of his devotee, and through this, how he glorifies his devotee unendingly. He comes here to establish the truth of the transformative potency of hearing the pastime of the Lord. That how Lord's Leela is so much transformative. If we just sit and hear, if we just do meditation on different kathas of the Lord, it can just vanquish all the anarthas in our heart. And Lord comes here to establish the truth, that is how the Lord loves his devotee, and the heart of the Lord is full with glorifying his devotee, that he comes here to establish how his heart is very much inclined towards his devotee, and how his devotee always feels himself humble, not ever considers himself very much qualified, always considers himself unqualified. And this is what Lord wants to establish few truth here. With this, thank you very much, and we conclude today's session. And in case if anyone has any question or any query, we can take it for some time. And with this, I am very much grateful for giving me this wonderful opportunity to serve you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the brilliant class today. And you highlighted so many topics which are so important in this materialistic life. Like the characters of Prahlad Maharaj, how Prahlad Maharaj was happy, in all situations, and how Hiranyakashipu, although he had all the wealth, luxury, position, and yet he was in anxiety all the time. So the take is we follow Prahlad Maharaj's footstep, path of Bhagavad Mar, to be always happy, which is so difficult in this material life, in today's life. Thank you so much. I won't waste any time because we want to give opportunity for question and answer. Do you have time, Prabhuji, for question
Yeah,
and answer?
I can have some time, 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you. So devotees, if you have any question, I do see Hare Krishna, Shiv Kumar Prabhuji. Please go ahead with your question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranams, Prabhu. Prabhu, thank you so much for today's class, Prabhu. Your sincerity is very inspiring throughout the class from the beginning to the end. This is certainly a lecture that we all have to kind of listen again and again to kind of get inspired and be motivated. Prabhu, one question, Prabhu. In the first part of the talk, you brought about very interesting, profound point. The path of Hiranyakashipu and where it leads to, and path of Prahlad where it leads to. But I'm speaking for myself, Prabhu. Still, I'm under the influence of the material opulence, given my background, being a Grahastha, late entry into Krishna Bhakti and things like that. So there is this tendency of, let me be materially successful and be spiritually successful. So just like you talked about, not for my, not so honest or transparent that I want to kind of employ all the opulence in the service of the Lord, but still there is this inertia or carryover of my past life, that past lifestyle, that I want to be materially successful, but still be able to employ the opulence in Lord's service. So it seems I find it difficult to come out of that mindset and be situated in devotional service, irrespective of the material position, Prabhu. I just wanted to hear your advice or wisdom on that.
So thank you, Prabhu, for your honest presentation. And the entire theme which we discussed in beginning is the word inclination. So if you see the word inclination is not that you are there at this particular moment. Even if 1 degree you are inclined in that direction, eventually you will reach in that in some time. So the most important, I am seeing your inclination is very much in that direction. So Lord as Paramatma, as a very close friend of ours, is noting down our sincerity and our inclination. And from your question, it is very much evident that you are inclined towards that. At the same time, you are acknowledging certain kind of challenges and certain kind of conditioning, and that is natural. That is, if someone is in water, there will be, the different limbs of the body will be touched by water. So that is quite natural for it. So in our situations are very much due to different conditionings, due to different upbringing, due to different environment. We are certainly affected by that. But the beauty of this process is Lord in our heart knows that whether the conditioning or environment or situation is keeping this person inclined in which direction. So the direction is important. Just like it is said that just 1 degree inclination and we will reach to another direction only, another place only. So even if we may be materially very much in a comfortable situation and all opulences and everything, but if we are 1 degree towards Krishna, after some time we will find it considerably towards Krishna, and we will find that we are in the right path. So most important aspect is to continue that inclination, and in order to have that inclination is nourished when we are in association of devotees, because everyone else is also having similar inclination. But if we will go to some place where the inclination is in opposite direction, then there is a possibility of recalibrating. Whatever little bit we have been inclined towards this direction, it can again get recalibrated and it can become a straight or furthermore, towards the Hiranyakashipu civilization. So association of devotee ensures our inclination to be more and more in the direction of principles laid by Prahlada Maharaj, and the result will be all auspiciousness. So thank you very much, Prabhu. Please keep your sincere efforts and continue in association of devotees, and Lord in our heart will give us dadami buddhi yogam tam yen mam upayantite. He will give more and more intelligence, and he will pull us in his direction. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Shiv Kumar Prabhuji. Thank you for that wonderful question. And thank you for that wonderful answer, Maharaj, that the most important is the direction. Yeah. I see Vinita Gandharvika Mataji has raised her hand. Mataji, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a beautiful class. I like the theme of the class, that how you took the truth and you gave us different explanation, and how we have to always be inclined to hearing about the Lord's pastime and get our heart filled with Lord. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, and how Lord is very much eager to fulfill the desires of the devotees. You have given many examples how Lord has fulfilled not one person's desire, but all of the devotees, and including Hiranyakashipu's words came true. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very grateful to you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. I don't have question, but then class was really beautiful, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for your comment. I want to add here, because the class time was short, I just want to add some point, and that's why we have to bring blessings in our life. When devotees wish good in our lives, it is like Lord will fulfill all those things. And how we attract blessings? We attract blessings by our attitude of being servant of the servant. When we serve them, when we are in humble heart, and through this we attract their blessings, and their blessings is much more powerful than the Lord, because if they have blessed, there is 100% not probability, 100% guaranteed result that Lord will ensure those words to come true. And for that, we should not go with this mentality that I will get some good words or some blessings from there. Of course, blessings is a very good attitude, but our attitude should be, let me serve, let me please them. And when through pleasure and by service attitude, when their heart becomes so very much pleased, then with that honesty, with that sincerity, when good wishes and blessings comes, we know for sure those blessings has the capacity to take us to spiritual world, even though we may not be qualified, even though we may not have our own vessel so very qualified to pass through this bhavasagar, but that blessings can pull our vessel towards the spiritual world. And that's why Lord wants to establish the truth, and the truth is how Lord upholds the words of his devotee. So in order in our life to have this more and more blessings, we need to create the attitude of humility and attitude of being servant of the servant, and genuinely trying to serve the devotees. Not that I'm trying to serve to get something. No, I'm trying to please them and trying to serve them. With this attitude, when we go ahead, from their heart, when some words will come, we should know that words are our greatest savior in our life, and greatest greatest potency which we have earned in devotional service. Thank you,
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Service, don't expect anything. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for that wonderful question. And yes, Prabhuji, you're right. We need blessings. We need blessings, and the attitude of being humble, that will give us blessings. That's all we need to progress also in this bhakti marg. And dasa anudasa, like servant of servant, we always need to be very humble. Devotees, if anybody else has any questions or realization.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Very, very wonderful class, Prabhuji.
And thank you so much. Very nicely you explained. You went from like Prahlada Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu. So I like the example of tongue and the food which is stuck in the teeth. You know, the Hiranyakashipu's thoughts like that, always going in the direction whatever is there, he is not grateful about that. But what is not, only one Prahlad was not accepting whatever he says, and that ruin everything. And very nicely you explain the meaning of the truth. So, and also Prabhuji, one thing I want to say, like Shiv Kumar Prabhu was saying about Hiranyakashipu mentality, but what we do is like we want to use everything in Krishna's service, but still we want some opulence, maybe for Krishna, but we still want. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji,
Yeah.
for your comments. And as we move ahead, one very interesting point which you very beautifully told, that many a time in bhakti also we may have got so many things, but instead of focusing on what we have got by Krishna's grace, we may start looking towards what we don't have. So this Hiranyakasipu mentality may come in our life also, where rather than being grateful to what Lord has given, we may start focusing on what we don't have. And in this way, we become ungrateful for whatever we have got so much from the Lord and the devotees. And in this way, taste for bhakti, the sweetness or the joy of bhakti, we start gradually finding it lesser and lesser and lesser, because we start focusing on what I don't have rather than what I have. And in this way, even though this path is path of ahlad, path of ananda, path of happiness, Prahlad Maharaj was always happy in whichever situation he was kept by the Lord. He was gratefully accepting, okay, my Lord wants to keep in this. He was not complaining, why Lord you are giving me again and again so many tastes, why so many different kind of exams you are putting in my paper. He was accepting everything as blessings of the Lord. And because he was focusing everything, that everything whatever is coming is Lord's asirvad, Lord's blessings, and he was accepting that, he was not at all affected by anxiety. Whereas Hiranyakasipu, even though he had everything, he was focusing on what he had not, and in this way he was constantly in anxiety. Yes. Thank you, Mataji.
Very beautiful, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So
Thank
much
you,
for coming
Mataji.
on the call, and thank you so much for your time and association.
Thank you. Thank you, Shama Guri Mataji. Yeah, that was very important. Like we always have desires, we don't focus in what opulence we already have. Instead, we are, our direction, like how Prabhuji mentioned, our direction is very important in this bhakti mark. I would like to read some of the comments if we have any. So we have here Parima Mataji said, wonderful class. Prabhuji, thank you so much for your
Radha
wonderful
Jyoti Mataji put some question, I guess. Can you read that first?
Yeah. Eternal grateful to you, Prabhuji. How to intensify the faith, Prabhuji? Could you please teach on this?
Hare Krishna. So faith is called shradha. And shradha, as we know, you might have heard, and I know this group is hearing so long. So one of the way to nourish shradha is hearing. Just like we water the plant, similarly, shradha also starts developing, or it starts becoming bigger, stronger, and better when we continue nourishing it. And that nourishment is hearing and chanting. So what we are doing right now, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, and coming in association of devotee, and asking our own doubts or any query. In this way, we nourish our Bhakti Lata Beej. We enhance our Shraddha. This Shraddha only, which in beginning is like very minute, or it is like very small sapling that starts becoming a very, very strong tree. So Adav Shraddha, Sadhu Sang, Bhajan Kriya, Anarth Nivriti, then Nishtha, then Asakti, Ruchi, Prem. All this is nothing but development of Shraddha only. So the focus, how we can ensure that every day we are nurturing our Shraddha by hearing, and we should ensure that our Bhakti Lata Beej is not trampled by offenses. So these two things we have to take care: nourishment and protection. Protection from aparad and nourishment in association of devotee, hearing and chanting regularly. So by this way, our faith will gradually get furthermore intensified. Number one. Number two, very, very important, the mood in which we are in. For example, even though we are putting beautiful water, but if the soil is not very fertile, then that nourishment won't allow the tree to grow like anything. So
Correct.
in order to make the land more fertile, one of the important thing is what mood we are in. So if the mood is mood of dependence, I am dependent on Vaishnava's mercy. The mood is I am made by Vaishnava's grace. The more mood is like this, our heart is more and more fertile for the faith to grow in much more luxuriant way. So the mood, that's why if you see this bhajan, beautiful bhajan, it says योग्यता विचारे किछु नहीं पाए तोमार करुणा साथ करुणा न हुईले कांदिया कांदिया प्राण न रखी प्यार. So this particular stanza tells us the mood. The mood is I am yogyata vichari. If I see my qualification, I don't find any. This is one of the foundational principle or premises on which the Bhakti Lata Beej will become luxuriant. The more we will see I am qualified, we are making our heart opaque, or our heart very much very difficult for the plant to grow nicely, because hearing and chanting is not sinking in. That water is not going inside the ground. The nourishment which that soil should take, it is not happening. So in order for the heart to be soft or gentle or fertile, this is the part of the prayer in this beautiful song. We need to meditate and think and pray that I am not qualified. Yogyata vichare kichu nahi paaye. I don't find myself qualified. Tomar karuna sar. It is all due to the karuna or compassion of all the Vaishnavas, the Guru Varga, Srila Prabhupada, and all this devotees, because of whose mercy I am made up of. Karuna na huile, if they will stop their compassion, karuna na huile, kandiya kandiya prana na rakhibe aar. If they will stop their mercy, I won't be able to survive. So this is how to intensify our faith. This particular mood, and then hearing and chanting is like the regular nourishment, which will help the sapling to grow, and at the same time protection. So three things: the quality of the soil, number one, that is the mood, and then hearing and chanting, the nourishment that should continue in association of devotee, and third is the protection. We should not create or get ourselves in such mood by which we create some offenses. In this way, our faith can be intensive. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was very important, protection. And let us see if anybody else. Aksar Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams. So my question is to see Lord everywhere in everyone, and how to have that idea or feeling throughout the day that I am soul, I am not body. Like, because if I go with the day, it's like bodily conscious. So how to rise beyond that and see everyone as a soul, like Pandita Samdarshana?
Thank you, Prabhu, for asking this particular question. I am also working on it. The question which you have said is for me also some work in progress project. And what I am saying is not just to tell you that I have got the answer to it, but yes, the process is very clear. The process is what we hear, what we read, what we remember. That is what we will follow. Very simple. If we will hear more and more about the material sound vibration, we will think more and more about material sound vibration. If we will read more and more that kind of literature, then with that lens we will see the entire world. In morning, if I hear some kind of okay, World Cup happening in America, what is the score? India, Pakistan, or India, United States. Then that kind of consciousness I will be having. But in morning, if I hear Srimad Bhagavatam, if I hear the beautiful Lord's holy name, then the likelihood is I will be able to remember more in the daytime. So that's why our everyday sadhana is of most important thing in our journey ahead in bhakti. If every day we are doing constant sadhana of chanting the 16 rounds and then hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, then the more we do it consciously, with intensity, with attention, then we will be able to remember the Lord, and the probability of remembering the Lord will be more. But whereas if we will be hearing and chanting some other sound vibration, we will be having that kind of a mood or that kind of way we will see the world. So my 2 paisa worth, 2 cent worth word will be, this is work in progress. It is not something which we will just press the button today and we get the immediately light. Okay, I pressed the button and I could remember the Lord all the moment and every moment. It's a work in progress. And in order for this particular work to continue to progress, the key is our sadhana. And the key is what we regularly hear and chant. The more what we regularly hear and chant attentively, the more we will be able to have thoughts of Krishna, the more we will be able to be Krishna conscious. That's why the society is named as International Society for Krishna Consciousness. But in order for that consciousness to come, the foremost is our sadhana. And if we will be attentive in our sadhana, more and more we will be having this kind of consciousness. But yes, it will take time. We should not think, okay, today I did my sadhana, so throughout 24 hours I will be able to be in that consciousness. Gradually, the more we will do our sadhana intensely, the moments of remembrance of Krishna will increase, and the moment of remembrance of Maya will reduce. And in this way, gradually, the circle of Krishna consciousness will increase bigger and bigger, and the circle of Maya consciousness will reduce smaller and smaller. And one day, by Krishna's grace, it will become fully Krishna conscious, and Maya consciousness will become smaller. But it won't go. At the last moment of our life also, Maya is in this ear, this side, and Krishna is this side. So this is work in progress. We have to continue to focus on our sadhana and continue to hear and chant and be in association of devotee. And gradually, if we do it nicely, our Krishna consciousness circle will increase. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And one more thing, one concern I had, like how to spend minimum time in maintaining body. That's what they say. But how to do that?
So minimum is a very subjective term. For us, minimum is something else. For you, minimum may be something else. For a person who is in a family of Ambani, for them minimum is something else. For us, minimum is something else. So minimum is a very very subjective term. What we should focus on, rather than minimum or maximum, we should focus on how to optimize our Krishna consciousness. Let us not try to make this smaller. Let us try to make it bigger. What does it mean? What does it mean? It means, are we focusing on Krishna more, or are we focusing on Maya more? So when we will focus more on Krishna, gradually you will see Krishna will adjust in your life. He will adjust in so beautifully that whatever optimum size Lord wants to take, he will take in your life. you won't have to worry about minimum and maximum. Whatever optimum situation, you will say, Krishna, my Lord, I think this is good size. So no, don't worry about it. Focus more on increasing Krishna rather than minimizing Maya. Because minimizing Maya is still in Maya consciousness. We are still thinking, ye kam karna hai, ye kam karna hai. Ye kam karne ke chakkar mein mat jaiye. Try to increase Krishna more and more. And how to increase Krishna more and more? Very simple. Whatever principles are laid down in bhakti, those principles we have to apply according to the guidance of Vaishnavas, according to the guidance of authorities, according to the guidance of senior devotees. And in that way, we can increase the Krishna circle more and more in our lives. So that's it. Focus on this more rather than focusing more on this.
Thank you, Prabhu. I will try to incorporate it, Prabhu.
Yeah, but under the guidance of devotees,
yes, Prabhu.
Right now we are not equipped to understand in our situation how to increase and what to increase. So devotee guidance help us what to increase and what to and how much to increase, like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshar Prabhuji, for that question. Thank you, Prabhuji, for that wonderful answer. I don't see any hand raised, and Vrinda Gopi Mataji also has said, Koti Koti Pranam, Prabhuji, accept our humble obeisances. Thank you so much, respectable Prabhuji, Shri Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Radha Gopinath ji ki jai. So if devotees, if there are no more hand raised and questions, maybe we can end this call today. And we are very fortunate to have your association, Prabhuji, and we look forward to your association in future. Please do come on call again and glorify all of us with your, this bhakti mark. Let's pay our obeisances to Rudranath Prabhuji. Vansha kalpatarupasikha.
Vachapatitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo
Ananta
Ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.
Gauranga
Prabhuji ki
Nityananda.
jai. Gauranga Nityananda. Radhe Radhe. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
I'm back again.
Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. We'll close the call for today.
Grateful to all of you. Seek your blessings.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, okay.
Gauranga.